Good evening and welcome. This is BLAPPS TARK, Better Living and Positive Propaganda System, talking about real knowledge. And I am BLAPPS, Sifu BLAPPS, and I'm here to bring you the controversy and the conspiracy theories of what's going on over here, what's going on over there, what's happening in the celebrity and community world, and what sparks me off, what gets on my nerves. So let's get to it. Let's have this. Brothers and sisters, this is the PM. PE. Every week we do this every Wednesday at 8 o'clock. Bring it to you from Zoom. You're quite welcome to hit the link and come on in and tell us what you think about what's going on in the world. I'm going to talk about my subjects that I've created this week, but of course you can come in and tell me what you want to talk about, or you can talk about what we're talking about today. It's all up to you. You're the audience, and therefore my guest. Quite welcome to come in. Hit the link, ready to come in. No problem. All right, let's get it going. As usual, I have messed up the invitations. I don't know. Maybe someone will come in. I don't know. But I'm a one-man band here, and I'm trying to get it done every week and make certain that it all gets going on time, and that everything's professional, all that kind of stuff. So people come in before and people come in again. It's okay. But this time I'm certain I've done nothing wrong. So if people are just lethargic, let it be. So I'm quite happy to talk to you for a couple of hours. No problem. All right. So over here, we talk about what's happening in the UK. We happening, just weekly news, what's happened in the week, blah, 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 things I want to talk about that happened 10 years ago, it doesn't matter, but it's inside the UK's borders. And this week, what caught my eye was Diane Abbott getting racist comments pointed to her from a Tory donator, this guy is a Tory backer, basically financially backs, and of course he gets recompensed for it. He gets grants and stuff like that, and not grants, what they call contracts. And of course, when he did the racial comment, which was basically saying, Diane Abbott gets on his nerves for some reason. I'm not even quite sure what that is, but Diane Abbott is one of those brave people and forthright people and strong people that will rub you up. If you're doing wrong to her, she's going to come at you and you're not going to like it. And it's going to be very, very strong. And so, yeah, you will have something pointed to say towards her, especially when other people have been rubbed up and they make it public that she gets on their nerves too. You'll join the bandwagon, but you might be a bit more loose-lipped about what you say. And so this guy apparently, allegedly said, she makes me so angry that she makes me want to hate all black women. She should be shot. Wait a minute, well, let's get this right. You're saying, right, this particular woman, this individual woman, makes you want to hate all black women. That's not a statement of hatred of a person. That's a statement of hatred of a race of people. Therefore, it's racist. It's against a race of people. Now, you know what I feel about the word race and racism. You already know. I know it's, and you and I know, both of us know that racism only exists for people who want to make out that they're better than you. They want to point out a difference between you and me. There's not male and female. Done. That's it. Man, woman, done. and it's not about, okay, are you black? Are you Indian? Are you what are you what are you talking about? Like Indian is black is a country? Black is a country now? Black is a culture? I don't think so. Got Jamaican culture, African culture, Cameroonian culture, French culture. You've got a lot of different cultures out there, but none assigned to a color of people associated with a race of people. That's just colorism, and that's just color. It's straight up derogatory remark. And what did Rishi Sunak do? The person that has benefited from the financial um, donations from Frank Hester. Frank Hester is a Tory donor, and Rishi Sunak's our Prime Minister, who says we've got the most diverse cabinet in history of the UK, and I'm the first person of colour as Prime Minister of the UK. I don't think he's racist. It may be a racist comment. It was definitely a bad comment. It was definitely a rude comment. But it's not racist. Who are you? Who are you to decide? I mean, just what? Just because you got almost the same color skin? No, you're seen as a person that is okay. Like my dad used to say, if you're white, you're right. If you're brown, stick around. If you're black, get back, or you better attack. I think it was Mutabaruka said it first, but my dad said it the same way. And we understood because brown people, whoever wants to be under that category, have got it a lot easier than us. Most of the time, they're business owners. Most of the time, they look like very tanned. I am really dipping my whole head underwater right today, but I'm not carrying no favor. I know that with the progressives and the the elite factors out there, factions out there that say we're separate from you. I'm just saying the facts as they come. I was born a male, and my brothers are men, and my mum is female. My dad is a Jamaican man. Now, if you want to say man first, and then he's a Jamaican by culture, and British Jamaican Jamaican by what is it? Heritage. Heritage is African. You see what I'm saying? It's you can start putting labels on all kinds of things, but the facts are these: when they see me and my friend that is white, or my family that is white, or my family that is Asian, walking down the street, they see one person that is wrong there. That is definitely wrong. That's me. That's me. You said it in your head already before I said it. So let's not take the mick and start talking about um, on this, that, and the other. I had a I'm this. I recognise myself as this as that, and blah blah blah. When people see you, you don't see what I personally feel I am. You see this, and if this looks male, you're going to call me by the pronoun, and you're going to call me by the culture, and you're going to call me by the ethnicity, and you're going to call. You see what I'm saying? You're going to make a judgment before. You're not going to ask me, especially if you're vexed with me and you're angry with me or you're scared of me. You're not going to say it's gender bi fluid, and I think it was she. I think he was she, recognized himself as she, and they may be of the east and part of the world. East from where? East from where? Everywhere's frigging east. Everywhere's frigging west. Now, you're going to say, oh, the West is obviously the elite countries, the first world countries. The East is obviously the middle ground, and the Far East are those that we dare not talk about. And those of African nations of the third world, obviously. Oh, really? Oh, really? I did not know this. I'm sure they don't know that. They don't see themselves as third world. Who decided this? This is what my question is today. Is the UK government's racism, is it endemic? Is it always going to be there? Is there no reprieve? Is this not going to stop? Because our culture is in this country to be elite, and each one of us feels that our culture or our ethnicity or our race is the most elite. We're the best one. So will it stop? We're in the 21st century here, and we've still got racism of this ilk coming from people who say they are in bed with the elites. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't ring true. It doesn't make me feel that you're being serious about what struggle I've been through, and it doesn't bode well for our future dealings. Because if I know this is how you run, this is how you roll, when someone says something abject racism, objectively racist, absolutely racist, and you play it off like, oh, I think we could get past that. He apologized. He's sorry. He's sorry now. He's sorry now. Business might suffer for it. He might get sacked from whatever work he does, or if he's in a job, his business will suffer. Whatever will happen to him now, he's showing himself, and you're showing yourself up for backing him up just because he's donating money to your party. He borrowed Rishi Sunak's helicopter, and he was paid 15 grand for it. And from then on, but now he's had so many contracts from the government. After he's become a Tory donor because obviously he wants to, do some what do they call it when they try to influence the government. So but I put my money in, so therefore change the laws to help my business and me not pay tax, blah blah blah, that goes. And what, 10 million he's earned? So the government's made 10 million out of him or something like that, or I don't know. But it's, should he give the money back? And he's saying, no. I think we're grown up now. We can handle, a bit of abuse. Diane Abbott herself has said, I've grown up being abused. I've been this colour all my life. And I'm single as well, which gives me more, I'm even more vulnerable because I'm single. And I'm trying to bring up my child, and I've had this kind of treatment all my life. She didn't expect to have to go into a job under the most diverse government and expect them to tolerate racism, direct racism, just because someone's paying them money, paying into their government. So this is what she said. I don't think she's accepting the apology, and I don't blame her. Good for you, Diane. I think you should take him to court, derogatory remark. I don't know what it is, defamation. like damages, slander. No, it's not slander, is it? But you know, basically take him to task and make him suffer. And anyone that comes after him will see that if they're in a position of public, you can't just go around saying things like that, because you're putting Diane Abbott and anyone else in that frame in danger, physical harm. And you know, it makes them feel like it's a free fall. Well, we could say this to all black women, because all black women are hateful people now. We can have no problem to hate black women just on sight. You know? So this is what we're talking about in over here, is the government, the UK government, racist. Not just okay. Do they have racist people in their parties? There's probably racist people in Labour. There's probably racist people in Tory, Liberal, whatever party that is. But what I'm saying is, this UK government here, this one here, this one, Tory one, is government endemic? Is it going to be like this all the time? No matter who gets in, they're going to see black people, especially, as the downtrodden, and the people that it's okay if you want to make a gripe at them and tell them they should be shot. It's no problem. You go ahead and do that. Imagine if someone said anyone that looks like Rishi Sunak should be shot, and I was an influential person. Anyone, oh, you Sunak geezer looking guy, bang. Come on, we all know what's going on here. And no amount of you saying I should be more politically correct in my speech is going to change the fact that people have eyes and they see me for what I am. Right? Big black dude comes in there. I've been told I look scary since I lost the tooth about a couple of weeks ago. I'm looking more scary, but you know, it's going to take a long time to get fixed. You know, I mean, dentistry as it is today. But I will get it fixed. But even if I got shiny, grinny teeth afterwards, you know, start beaming like I used to be, people are going to see me as scary black man first. You know, it used to be like, you know, back in the day. All right, let's go. Let's do this. 80s. 80s were the year for being a young black man, and you walk down the street and a white woman, a middle-aged white woman, would grab their pearl, you know, clutch their pearls, grab their handbag clothes. You go into a lift and they're in there already. Like, oh, will we get through this? I don't understand. And as a black man gets a little irate, first thing out of a policeman's mouth is calm down, because they see you as the gorilla on the loose. They see you as a dangerous animal on the loose. Calm down. Please calm down. We need to get you under control. Put the handcuffs on him straight away. Now, what's going on? Now that we have you under control, what's going on? Oh, you were being attacked. Oh, I'm sorry. Who attacked you? Oh, it's a little white woman over there with a handbag. So if you're gonna say I'm black, I'm gonna say you're stupid. How's that? Is that the wrong thing to say to you? Am I supposed to beg you for your pronouns first? Or am I supposed to ask you what offends you before I open my mouth? Have I got to take that time all the time? Or can I just see what I see and say something? And if you've got a problem with what I see, I can choose to apologize. But if you say something completely racist, negative, and you're in a public arena, I'm not talking about if you're just a guy walking down the street and saying, "Oh, blah, 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 blah." You go back to him. You know what I'm saying? I've been called names all my life. What am I going to kill every person that just says something I don't like? No. But when you're in a public domain and people got cameras on you, and you say racist remarks, it goes. Just I keep going back to this guy, but there's just nothing, no one like him in history. Trump, right? Racism in politics. This is what we're talking about. I mean, we're over here, we're not talking about America, blah, blah, blah. But anyone involved in politics seems to have racism is going hard. You know, even when Obama was in, they were racist towards Obama. You see, he's the president, the most powerful person in the free world. And there were countries doing racist stuff. You know, race country governments in other countries just blanking like he's not obviously not the person in charge. He is. Oh damn. Fine, we'll invite him over then. God. Won't shake hands with him in public. Won't shake hands with him. Just trying to ignore that his hand is floating in front of his face. Just what is that? We're supposed to, they're supposed to be the grown-ups, right? And the grown-ups are acting out. And it's not acceptable. It's absolutely not acceptable. But I feel Diane Abbott should go postal on them. Don't be. She's not going to do it anyway. She's not going to be accepting any of this crap. She's not that kind of woman. You know what I'm saying? So all the time I've known about her, basically, I don't know her, but known about her. She's no nonsense. She's straight up. She chats when she needs to chat, and she's got strong opinions on everything. So I think it will be good. He's going to get told, and these people should have some. Their constitution needs to get up. Needs to become stronger. So yeah, it's a bad look for Britain that we're the people that were the most involved in slavery, and we're still not over it. We're still trying to make our black folk slaves, or make them feel like they're still under the yoke, or make them feel like they're still got something to prove to us. And I just don't get it. I'm just vexed as hell. When I saw that, I was just like, come on, man. I'm in my 50s now, and I'm still hearing this stuff. The 21st century from first world people, the elite, you know, the people with the richest amount of money, blah, 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 most diverse countries in the world. Prime Minister is Asian, and we've still got racism in the government. It's impressive, isn't it? It's disturbing and impressive, but when will it end? When does it end with for my children or their children, or when will it end? I mean, I'm all about Star Trek. Star Trek been dealing with racism since 60s, towards the end of the 60s. As soon as the first um, show was aired, the first show was aired, there was Spock. Now you might say, "God, Spock, he looks white, like a white man." Okay, that's fine. But Gene Roddenberry went further. He was like saying the Federation is America, Spock Chinese, they're Vulcan, so they very spiritual. So Chinese, Romulan, Japanese, uh, you know, Klingons, Russian warrior. This he just referred to them as different states that were around at the time and the worries they were going through and the way they were going on in the world. He referred to them as different countries, different aliens. But what people didn't get until like the third episode was that fact there that they were representing countries that were around now, even though it was set 250 years from the 1960s. It was set in the future. They were using storylines that referred to what was happening in the news in the 60s. And so they were like, hey, those people are like the Japanese, and way they were in the war, blah blah blah. I like this episode. This is strange, but I'm learning about racism now. I understand it from their point of view and how we see them. We see them as the enemy, and they're just trying to get on with life. But because we've been told they're the enemy, that's why we dislike them. And then that gets taught to your children, and the children learn it and pass it on to their children. And hundreds of years later, we've got Rishi Sunak backing up a Tory donor because he's being racist. But he's not being racist to his kind, so it doesn't matter. He's obviously not talking to him. But again, with Star Trek, what people didn't get for a while was that the aliens themselves were being abused or given derogatory comments because they're aliens. They're not of the earth. They're a dirty Vulcan. They're a dirty Japan, Romulan. They're a dirty Klingon. You see what I'm saying? And so, because they weren't saying directly black, Indian, African, Indian. I should stop saying that black Indian stuff. It's African, Indian, Japanese, Chinese. They're not referring to Sulu as a Japanese person. He was from San Francisco, but he's Chinese, and he's an earthlet. So they were getting their noggin was, wow, why is Sulu being racist to the Klingon just because he's Klingon? So people's brains were getting boiled with Star Trek, and it was gentle. It was done every week. It was done stylishly, and it's still strong today. And it still shows you that 250, nearly 300 years from now, people are still going to be taught age-old things. They would have got over a lot of things like starvation, war and starvation and stuff. But there will still be wars. There will still be people going through famine. There will still be, even though there's the Federation, they want for nothing. All they do is better themselves every day now. There's no struggling to pay a bill. There's no money. So there's no need for it, because what would you buy with your money? This is why bartering went on, because I need that fence painted. I've got all these turnips. The man will say, give me half a sack, a few sacks of them turnips, and I'll paint that for you, because I've got loads of paint. That's what I do. cool, let's do a thing. Now, if you say, nah, not interested in that, you have to say, all right, what can I give you? Give me this monetary fiat currency, and I can exchange it for whatever I want later on. I don't have to buy your turnips. I don't have to give you turnips. And you don't have to take turnips from me. You can exchange it. And that's how money was used, because you can't carry around a bag of gold. You know, I'll tip you out a little ounce of gold for your two horses, blah blah blah. You can't do it. So you have to bring around fiat currency, and you'll deliver it to a bank, and the bank would say, okay, here's the tender for that. But you know how it goes. These days now, we have this fiat currency, we have our ways, and we've got our mentality, but it's still the same way. It's if you see a black man's turned up to come paint your fence, because your mum said beware black men, because she was messed up by a black man, you might go to that black man, no, it's okay, I'll find someone else, it's okay, thank you, you're too expensive, you're too tall, our house is not open on Mondays. Whatever. You could say whatever you wanted, whatever your nice thing you wanted to say, but underlying it is still racist, and therefore this is what's happened to black people uh, for the longest time, and we're still going through it. Although it's much more subtle now, it's still obvious to us, and then to other people, they just don't see it because we've become so nice about how we put over our racism. Now, you may think I'm being a bit tragic here, or I'm being a bit this is a bit flaky, or but think about this now. This guy is obviously a rich person, and he has a lot of people, and he has a lot of interests around the world. He says he has interests in Jamaica and interests in other countries where people of color live. So how can I be racist? I'm like, what the heck? Did he just say he's got a mate? Did he just say he's got a mate that's black? He's, I keep saying he's black. Like everyone should know it's African. I'm talking person of African descent. I'm chatting about, because even black people, we're racist as hell. You Jamaican, what? People. You're from Cameroon. Stupid. Yeah, I mean, you can do lazy people. You can just say anything you want. But we're the same way racist as well. We just don't understand. We just don't have that same kind of hatred to it. You see what I mean? Because we weren't brought up saying, watch out for Cameroon people, watch out for Jamaican people, watch out for Bayesian people. We don't watch out for them. We just say them, they're people. They're brought up different. You know what I mean? But we still nod to them in the street. One boss thing. Yeah. Because we all understand we're under one oppression, bro. Because of this, we're under one oppression. Okay. But like, it's subtle as hell. And this guy says, I love black people. I think racism is a poison in our society. It should be blotted out. Okay, cool. So you just said to me, right, that you love your people because they make money for you in different countries that you deal with, and so you will oppress or use or utilize any labor you can, but you will still not respect the person because of the color of their skin. You just said you don't like black women. What are you talking about? You're not respecting black women by saying that. So yeah, you have to be careful, because society, like I used to say as a joke, society is going to be grey soon. It's not like our parents; they had to get married to their own, be it religion, culture, or caste. They had to get married to their own. And if they didn't, they were shunned. They had to be careful. They had to work together to get through it all. It was a hard life. Okay, harder than if they were both the same, you know, same ilk. And so it's different for us because we went to school in a diverse school. So when we grew up, we were next to them and them and them. And your boyfriend and girlfriend and this, that, and the other. Each week you'd have a different kind. You know what I mean? So when you grew up, they're like, yeah, I've been with them before. They're all right. Why are they different? What are you talking about? Because they stink. What are you on about? They don't. You're being taught that. And this guy has been taught that too. And we all saw it, but Rishi Sunak did not. And that's why Rishi Sunak needs to step down. Yeah, it's time. No, don't go for re-election. Just do what you did last time. Just let 3 other prime ministers, one a month. Until you get the right one that chats the nonsense you guys want to hear. Anyway, you're out soon anyway, Chuck. You're out soon. You ain't gonna last. You ain't staying in. That was over here. I know. Pretty contrived, pretty ugly, pretty brutal, but you know, I think you understand what I'm doing here with this. I'm not taking any shorts. I'm not taking any being nice about this. This is straight up against my people. I don't care what denomination church you go to. I don't care if you even follow religion. I don't care if you're an idiot, if you're super califragilistic, awesome. If certain people see the color of your skin, they will go by this subjective opinions of their parents or their peers, and they will not find out who you are, and they will not care who you are. They will just go by that because it's safe for them to do so. Why is it safe for them to do so? Because society and the government shows them they're safe to do so. And that's why I'm bringing this out today the way I did. You can chastise me in the comments or back me up. That's up to you. You know I don't care. I don't really mind what you think. If I've got something wrong, that's what I care about. If I've got something totally incorrect, that's what I care about. But for you to say my opinion is invalid, join the racist crew. The racist queue, I should say, not the crew. Okay. Right, over there. Before we go to over there, I'm going to tell you about the CDMA. CDMA is the Community Development for Martial Arts. It's my volunteer group. We operate in Bedfordshire, in the UK, and we are an anti-bullying group. We go into schools with the Martial Arts Anti-Bullying Collective, group of instructors that go into schools to deliver the Warriors Life classes and conflict management course classes, basically, and the martial arts to children who are being bullied or who bully. We love to bring on the worst of both sides, okay? The ones that are always being bullied and the people that are always bullying. We like to bring them under the same roof and teach them alongside each other and let them understand that they both have problems that they need to get over, and it stems from fear and doubt. When they have fear, an amount of fear or doubt, it will be the issue that makes them become bullied or be bullied. To bully, sorry. So we raise the confidence and the self-esteem by putting them through the classes. And when I say put them through, wonderful classes we've got. They're not put through some, but they're pressure tested. They have fun, but they have to improve. They have to improve like a martial artist wants to improve all the time. So if we do 2 press-ups today, we'll never be doing 2 again. We'll be doing 4 or 8 or 10. You see, we're always trying to improve every single time we get to press-ups again. Even if we're doing 2 press-ups again, we're doing a harder 2 press-ups. If we're doing 2 press-ups again, we're doing 2 press-ups 4 times, in 4 different sets. So, we're trying to improve each time. We pressure test until we break. We find out what breaks us. From there, we can see what needs to be done. So there's plenty of classes that I've devised. There's 9 of them, 3 for mind, 3 for body, 3 for spirit. And we put them, the children, they choose which ones they want to do, which ones they want to learn until they get through the course. And then they move on to another until they completed all 9. And then they graduate, get a certificate, and they understand that they are warriors at the end of that. They understand themselves and understand what they're here for and how strong they are. And they can never be told what to do. That is the CDMA on https://CDMA Charlie Delta Mike Alpha.uk.com cdma.uk.com/. Right, go there and you'll be able to see all our courses and what we do, and it's a wonderful website. Been going for a very long time now. Now, over there, we're talking about what happens outside of the UK. This is anywhere outside the UK, but it's news that's going on, or issues, or controversial subject, or conspiracy theorem going around about what's happening around the world. So my thought today was like, because I always say to myself when I see some newsworthy event going on or news becoming very epic, I always say this too shall pass. This place got bombed, that place got attacked, this place is in famine, that place got an earthquake, I'm always like, this too shall pass. But what will it pass on to? Why is this happening when we have that in place? Why is that happening when these people said they sorted it out years ago? What's going on? So I always think ahead, and I'm wondering what's it all about, and try to connect different news events to others to try and give it a bit more base or foundation to some truth. So my question is this: I see Russia and Ukraine at odds. I see, let's call it Islam versus Judaism in the form of Israel and Palestine at odds. I see a lot of different places at war, a lot of people becoming more ready to go to war. China is in this long argument, discussion, provocation with Taiwan. Taiwan are looking to bring on their allies to defend against China. And China are literally have their submarines and battleships placed around the island of Taiwan, ready to take it back and say, this belongs to us, this land is mine. If you know what I'm talking about, there's epic cartoon, and an old song was put to it, an old 50s song or something, but it was put to 19 90s cartoon or maybe early noughties cartoon about who owns the land. And it stems from history, one people killing another people, killing another people, and taking over the land. So, of course, Israel went in and took over that land. They are the colonizer of that time. And then people took over them. And Americans at the end with tanks, you know, they started with swords and catapults and, you know, and knives and axes and stuff, but now it's ballistic missiles and supersonic missiles, and we're going to have nukes soon. And I'm asking myself, all this has been going on for hundreds of years, and we've had 2 world wars so far out of it. That's when everyone is fighting against those people over there because of what they did over there. And the allies come to the aid of bad of you know of their ally to fight against the baddie. Typical one would be, let's talk about World War II. World War II, I mean, was pretty clear England versus Germany. But Germany involved Italy, France, Japan. And England, France, America, Russia, you know, they got involved because their ally was Poland. And so Germany invented, you know, he invaded Poland to start some shit. And because he wanted to bring on the Third Reich, which is 1,000 years of, you know, the elite, the to running the world. And he had heard, he did not like the Jewish, who he thought, you know, failed the economy. And so he said he's going to save the economy by kicking them all out, taking over himself, and then taking over the world. But little did he know that the banks were worldwide. The banks just don't operate in your country, they operate internationally. So the Jewish banks or the Jewish owners of the banks were financing the war on both sides. They were financing British resistance, they were financing the German oppression. So when Britain asked Germany, Britain asked the banks to get America involved because they're the biggest ally. You know, they'll put an end to this crazy war that's been going on for years. Um, the Jews were thinking, I don't know, we're making quite a lot of money here from you and them. You know what I mean? We're supplying money for munitions to both sides. So, you know, to me, I don't mind when the war started. But they said, look, we've got this land that's available. So, you know, we read in your Bible, in the Torah, that you want your green and pleasant land, you know, a place where you can build up, you know, God always wanted to give to you your promised land. And they said, all right, we'll get Americans involved. And they did, you know, and all of a sudden, the Japanese were provoked into starting an attack on Pearl Harbor. And America's like, what the hell? What's going on here? We're involved now. We thought you British could handle it. We're coming in now. I don't care what you say. And then Hiroshima, Nagasaki, war was done. Now we've got these same Jewish in the land where they say they're supposed to be. They're not the originals, but they are the ones right now making the claim. And, you know, that's one war that's been going on for hundreds of years. because people have taken over another people's land and saying it's theirs. Oppression, oppression, oppression. And it keeps going on, and we're not stopping. It's a modus operandi for nearly every country on the planet. It's the way they roll. We're in need of something. Let's go over there and then take it from them. And so with Ukraine, Russia's been fighting over Crimean War, Crimean War, I think it is, with France and UK over land that is supposed to be owned by Russia. They've got their claim on it because they were the first people to go run around on it or take it from the people that were there. So they claim to it, and that's what that Ukraine Russia fight is all about, is claiming country again and making sure that NATO doesn't have a foothold on the doorstep. I'm making all these like foot analogy, feet analogy. Yeah, they're trying to get close to to a strike, a place that they can strike comfortably from. With this is America trying to get, and they're using the placement of Israel as a place to control not only Russia or to get more stress over Russia about being attacked at any time, get missiles closer, blah, blah, blah. Not that they need it anymore, and they want to get control over the Suez Canal. So, and Egypt and places of great power, because Islam controls Egypt now. And it's literally the Suez Canal right there. So they want to get control over all of that territory. Israel is on the other side of the canal. Do you see what I'm saying about I tried to put string together, I tried to thread like what do they both look for, where they placed, what's in between them that they're fighting over, why are they always in the same place in the world fighting? Why? Now, 100 years ago, you could say, oh, that's obvious because they found oil then, 1917, they found oil. And so that part of the world became oil rich, and then, the armies, were financed now. They can finance munitions to bomb the people that they say they're not at war with. We're just defending ourselves. We're just defending ourselves. What do you need a nuke for? We're defending ourselves. All these missiles and guns and planes and warships. We're defending ourselves. Guess who? No one's fighting you. They will, though. They'll be ordered to in their books. So I'm saying this is all getting ready. And now, what made me sit up and say, okay, this week I'm going to talk about this, is because Trump, yet again, Trump is trying to find people to help him pay for his massive fines. Like $500 million he's got to find. And he keeps defaming E.G. Carroll. So he's just had to pay out 91 million to her in escrow, to a bank, escrow bank. And so if his appeal doesn't go through, if it goes against him, she gets paid straight away. So he had to find that money to put into the bank, as a bond before he could file the appeal. So he did that. But he's got another one in a week or so, 400 million. So he needs to find that money quick. And all of a sudden, out of the blue, after all his troubles, he's in court every day. And he's got to go through election this year. And Biden just put down the hammer with the State of the Union address, which was almost immaculate. It's just like everyone's like, wow, this guy's pretty good. He's done what for us? Wow. Yeah, I don't think Trump's getting my vote this year. And Trump knows he's going to lose unless he gets serious, serious, serious support. And the only way he knows how to do that is by going to the bad guys. Or the bad guys. Now, this guy, Victor Orban, he's invited Victor Orban, a dictator, Hungary. I'm going to say Hungary, who says he don't like democracy, and Trump has been talked about his book. He barely reads, but the book he does read is Adolf Hitler's book, which is right in his bedstand every night. And he loves talking to dictators, Kim Jong-un, Xi Jinping, Vladimir Putin, Kim Jong. Yeah, I said it. Yeah. But all these dictators and strong people, as he calls them, are thoroughly run their land by the by the throat. They've got their land by the throat. They are completely in charge. Anyone that goes against them gets destroyed, taken down, backed up. Everyone that looks like they're going to be a threat is poisoned, killed, disappeared. What's the new way of saying this? Deleted, self-deleted. Yeah, but this guy Trump, he's going through all these convictions and everything, and 91 convictions, 4 indictments. He's lost 2 of them. He's got another one coming up for the civil. No, he's just done the civil fraud. He's done the defamation one. He's got to do the hush money payments now. Stormy Daniels, which was done before he was president. So now is thinking that I was the president. I was going for the presidency, so therefore I could do anything I damn well want. Diplomatic but no, can't. You ain't get away with that. And he knows it. He knows he's just stalling and change shit until he gets back in power. The only way he's going to get back in power, he's got money to pay for it, and he's using all the political funding that is going towards the election to pay for his bills on his law bills, which is in the millions, tens of millions. He's got an army of lawyers, and he has to pay them. It's like literally a business for him now. He could become a law firm on himself. And so he's got Victor Orban. Obviously, he got access to them kind of millions through Vladimir Putin, and running a whole country by himself. So he's told. My man has gone off and reported that Trump says if he gets into power, when he gets into power, he's not going to give a penny to Ukraine. And my ears went, what? How is he just gonna what? And I'm just like, okay, well, that would stop the war real quick, wouldn't it? They can't afford to pay for munitions to fight against Russia. They're pulling out. Russia, you can take us over. So now America would either have to say, we're going to pay for it anyway, or they're going to say, we're going to war. Going to war. And so I'm like, okay, Trump knows America ain't going to stand for that, even though he's the one causing the war. As long as he's in power, he doesn't give a damn what happens to America. Does not care. He wants to be a dictator. He wants to die a dictator. He wants to go down in history as one of the best dictators around. That's what Trump wants. So he doesn't care if he causes World War III. You know, as soon as he gets in, he's gonna. Where's the button? Where's the button? Get off me! Bam! Who did we send missiles to? Don't give a damn. How much money we got? Kill that judge, rake him, blah blah blah. All this, they're all going down. As soon as he's in power, he says he's going to be despot on only for day one, just for day one, not from day one, which is what he wanted to say. He said he's going to be despot for a day, but all he needs is a day. Everything against me is illegal. I'm staying in forever. No more diplomacy. I run things forever. No one can stand against me. I don't give a damn about the Constitution. That's now defunct. The rule of law is Trump's law. That's going to happen. So, yeah, this guy with no impulse control is going to say, what is it? No, say yeah. Just press the button. He doesn't care. What do you say about my hair? You're dead, man. No, I don't give a damn. I don't care. Offer him up. I don't care. You don't respect me as the most toughest ruler there ever was. I'm going to blow up your country. That's going to happen. So, yeah, I think they're gearing up for World War III, just in case Trump gets in, just in case Russia said already, right? I think it was today, they said, Vladimir Putin said, if Americans put boots on the ground in Ukraine, I'm going to see it as an act of war good enough. I'm going to say, I'm going to nuke it. A man just said, "Yeah, I'm going to nuke you. You go into Ukraine, right? It's nothing to do with you, right? You go to Ukraine. You just want Ukraine to join NATO. I don't want Ukraine part of NATO. That's my land. We had it a long time ago before you got there. I want you interfering, and all I'm going to do is nuke your ass." I think that'll be World War III right there. So yeah, Biden. Let's make this clear, right? Anytime you got a new president, they immediately look for war. Anytime. Doesn't matter what war. War against drugs, war against next door neighbor, I don't care. Pick a country, let's go to war. Because it keeps you in power. It makes everyone afraid. Oh, at war, they're going to invade us. We're going to use our way of living. No. No matter who, America's on a war footing with like about 25 countries right now. Right now. The only ones you hear about is Russia and Palestine. That's the only two you hear about. But they're in Venezuela. They're doing stuff in Congo. They're doing stuff in Haiti. They're doing stuff everywhere. Everywhere you think, why would they be there? There is massive resources there. Venezuela has got a third of the oil. Haiti has got this metal, iridium or something. It's come from a meteor that they use in spaceships and in watches and everything. They've got the largest deposit. The other one's in Africa. What are they doing in Africa? Congo. Yeah, they're the same place. Richest place on the planet, Congo, but the poorest people on the planet live there. How is that? All the gold's there, all the diamonds there, all the food is there, everything is there in Congo. Belgium has been running Congo for God knows how many years, decades. Killed 10 million people. They surpassed that Holocaust, the Jewish Holocaust, surpassed it. 5 times have surpassed it over and over again. I mean, like 30 million people have been killed there. And over the years, and all of a sudden, the most poorest people on the planet. Poorer than Haitians? Poor? Yeah. but all the resources come from there. How does governments don't have no money? Because they're not running the mining. They're not running anything to do with that. They just got a payoff to let the mining happen. And that's why you say, oh, they're corrupt, they're corrupt, they're corrupt. No, they made their money and then they just stayed in there forever. There is, oh, we're going to only mine here for 10 minutes. Yeah, we're only going to be 10 minutes. You want 50 million? 50 million? If everyone in America, in Africa worked all day and all night for 10 years and wouldn't see 50 million, I'm going to get it right now just for saying, yeah, you can mine for 10 minutes. Yeah, give me the money. And there it is. The leader knows he's not going to be there forever, but he'll have enough money to support his family forever. From this one little payment where you let someone drill in your backyard for 10 minutes. But they're not there for 10 minutes. They're there for 20 years, 25 years, 30 years. And they just renew the contract, renew. Why do you renew it? Why do you renew the contract? You knew that what they're doing to the country. You knew what, yeah, but they're also putting in infrastructure and they're also helping us a little. And I mean, but your people are starving in the street. They've got big bellies on them. People from other countries are sending us aid. Yet you have got the richest people on the planet stealing from us. What's going on? And it continues and continues and continues. And so, yeah, the time where America will say, like France have been kicked out of Africa again at war. So, you there's places at war with each other. You just don't know. All the people at the start of the war, the elites, the people that are saying we'll go to war with them if they stop our oil, gold, blah blah, our commodity that we're stealing from them. If they stop us from extracting it, we go to war with that country. So why are they in Ukraine? Because Ukraine is the breadbasket of the world. Did you notice that as soon as the war with the Ukraine started, you couldn't get no flour? You go to the shop, it was like lockdown. When lockdown was on, you couldn't get no flour, couldn't get no bread, couldn't get nothing. Loads of foods were stopped. And you just say, oh, it's the war. Well, carry on then, because like in the World War II, we had rationing and we got through that and we were strong for it. Blah, blah, blah. So we'll be strong for this war. We'll get through it together. We're not in the war. This was started by these politicians, the racist ones. The racist politicians started it because they're just like, yeah, how much money can I get in a kickback? It's incredible how we just let these people over and over again. Let's vote them in. Diplomatic, yeah, democracy. We're going to use democracy to vote. No vote. No, it's serious. We got to vote. Stop laughing, bro. We got to vote. Vote for them. And then that's it. They're voted in again, and they keep raking it from other countries. Nice in the background, and we don't hear about the news because the news is controlled by certain factions, people, elites, who've controlled every device that you can fight back with. It's under their control. Media, finance, military, and spirituality, your mind, controlled by religion. I could go very deep on this right now. This is what I'm saying. I think the world is gearing up for World War III or something that puts everything back in the status quo. So Russia will get Ukraine back. Israel will keep Palestine and keep oppressing them. And, all these other countries that have a slice of Africa will continue taking their slice of Africa, but on a lesser level, because the optics in Africa are right now, we're not taking your shit anymore. There's there's a lot of people that are saying, why are you taking this shit? You know, I'm the people, I voted you in. Why are you taking this shit from me in other country? Why? Why? And they say, okay, we're not going to take this shit anymore. And so it's slightly changing in Africa, but the pressure is there. Okay, so the pressure is there. There's no real massive army in Africa. They've got army, obviously, they've got military, they've even got destroyer, you know, in the water. They've got destroyer Africa. Well, why? Why have you got that? But they've got it. But nuclear capability, why aren't there nuclear plants up and down Africa? Why is that? Hmm. So yeah, that was over there. What's happening outside the UK? I'll just put in the question. What do you think? Do you think the world's governments are gearing up towards World War III or not? Good question. Right, celebrity and community time. Celebrity and community today. We're talking about the Tate brothers. Yeah, those guys, Andrew and Tristan Tate, the influencers that got famous, very, very famous. The most Googled person on the planet, Andrew Tate was, and his guru is is uh his buddy in crime is, or is it crime? We get to that in a second. We get to whoop, excuse me. Um, yeah, but he's got a guru, and he's been told he's running a cult, and then he turned to Islam, and his brother's still Christian. He's looking into Islam, and you know, anyway, they got involved in a lot of deals and business ventures, and they got very famous. Andrew because he's a kickboxer, and Tristan because he trains with him and helps him with the businesses and stuff like that. But their most famous, what they got very famous for, was you know, even after the Big Brother stint on Big Brother, where he got thrown out of Big Brother, and becoming a kickboxing champion a couple of times over. I was there when he first won it. I was at his, got a picture taken with him and everything, because Andrew Tate was born in Washington. Washington, grew up, I think, in Chicago, and came over here as a child. And over here is Luton, in Bedfordshire, where I am. And he trained in Luton, just up the road from where I was living at the time, just down the road, just around the corner from where, you know, just less than a mile from where I was living. And grew up in Marsh Farm, where I grew up, where I was grew up and worked. Um, and yeah, I didn't really chat to him like on a as a person level, even though he's a fellow martial artist. I'd heard of Andrew Tate, blah, blah, blah. He's going for the world kickboxing champion. It took place in Luton, and he won it. And I was there ringside, well, helping it. I was watching it, and then took a picture of him afterwards. Congratulations, wicked. He's a good guy. He's just a nice guy and very helpful, very good martial artist. And then he started getting a lot of offers to be radio shows and stuff, talk about martial arts and commentate on fights. And he got into a lot of money from that, and then he moved it into stocks and stuff like that. He started making good money from that, getting a lot of airplay, getting a lot more famous because he was on podcast, doing a podcast, which was very good because he used to have some very strong views. You know, you could say like he's a total menace to society, but a lot of people were watching him because of what was he was saying rang true for them. Now you could say he's a total ass, but you cannot deny that he influenced a lot of people this way, bad, or that way good. It doesn't matter. He's an influencer. That's what he does. So anyway, he got famous for having porno stuff. Was it? There's a phone in call. Yeah, you phone in, give your credit card, and they're watching you online, watching a girl online, and he would have a villa. He's still in the villa. Is it the villa he used? I don't know. But he had a building or something that he had 8 girls working in there, and they were all raking in like hundreds per hour, thousands sometimes per hour. And so yeah, he would have them. He would keep them all, they all live there and work together and blah blah blah. And he would be typing out. So when you think the girl is typing back because you got the keyboard in front of them, and they type out a message to the person who thought they were talking directly to the girl. Now, if you know a million people watching this girl, how can you be the one that she's typing back? Anyway, it doesn't matter. He used to say it's a scam himself. He'd be the one chat talking to the people doing all this sexy stuff, just to get them to pay. No, we want £1.50 a minute, or I mean, back in the day, £1.50 was £5 a minute or something on their credit card, and making hand over fist money, hand over fist. Anyway, got famous for that. And he's always said he's just a businessman, blah blah blah. But then some girl decided she wanted to get a part of that, and went. She was married or with a fiance, went to go and stay with them in Romania, I think where they are now. And she said, and she didn't get no airplay from them, or she worked with them for a couple of days or weeks or whatever, became part of the crew, did blah blah blah. But as soon as they said we don't need them no more, something like that, I don't really know what's going. She got vexed with that and then told the man that she's been abducted. That's why he hasn't seen her for so long. This is her fiance, who's back in America or England. And so he reported it to the police. Oh, he's been trafficking. He's trafficking. He raped my girlfriend. I mean, because obviously he's not in the wrong. His girlfriend is virtuous. His girlfriend. So you can see how these things could be real and they could be bullshit. But you know, anyway, all we got is the aftermath. We don't know what the truth is. We'll find out in the court. Because he hasn't been tried yet. He's under house arrest. They didn't arrest him. They said the police came, raided him, took his computers, froze his money, took his 15 odd Lamborghini cars and Bugatti this and for our and just stopped him from basically working and making money, and had him in arrest for 90 days, 3 months or something like that. He was in prison with his brother, and then they released him without charge. So I'm asking the question today. Now they were rearrested Monday, just gone. What was Monday? The 11th? They got arrested the 11th of March, Monday. Rearrested. Because there's a UK warrant out for something they did 10 years ago. And they got, I don't know what it is. The court took them through the charges, and they appeared in court, and the court threw it out. But now they're rearresting them for it because there's more evidence. I didn't know they could do that. Double jeopardy or whatever. That applies. But anyway, that's what's happening. So they got rearrested. I think they're released, and the same day, because Romania is saying you're not allowed to leave Romania till we've sorted you out. Now, this could be good for, this too shall pass. So this could be good, in my opinion. This could work out for them because the longer they stay house arrested, still able to do casts on a different platform because they got banned from every platform because they were influencing the young far too much. The young were arguing with their parents about Andrew Tate, and they were finding out about Andrew Tate. He's just born. He tells he's misogynistic. He's influencing you to go against the parents. And no, Dad, Mom, he's just a nice guy. He's all right. He drives cars. I like him like that. No, no, no. I've heard he's a criminal, but the media has told me he's a criminal. So they just said, no, let's cut this off. And then because Andrew Tate made some comment about, what is that girl's name? The one that got Peace Prize. Did she get a Peace Prize? Um, the little girl, like she was a child still in school. Oh my God, this is amazing. She grew there or something. What's her name, man? Wow, I'll get this. Uh, I'm gonna remember that soon. I'm gonna remember it in a minute. But yeah, so he made a comment about her, and she's the darling of every country now because of climate change. She's talking about climate change, and we have to all sort out the world. I'm a child, but people don't listen to me. I want my world, and she did a Olympus speech. She got really famous really quickly overnight. She still is famous, and I still can't remember. Oh my gosh. Yeah, some billionaire said, right, I'm going to do you for talking bad about her. And I almost remembered her name just then. Yeah, and so he started saying, trying to do like a background, you know, investigation into the Tates, and he found out what he found out, and that's why the police arrested him. That's another theorem, conspiracy. This guy decided to take them to task and bend them over a barrel. And the Tates were just too strong, basically. They weathered through all these storms. Oh, some too much time. Yeah, right. You have to bear with me now. I've gone to Google the Oracle. I almost remembered again, just there. Why is this flashing from my head? So they were they were in prison, they were let out, they were house arrested, still under charge, waiting. And I'm saying it could be good for them because the time they've spent under house arrest, when it eventually goes to court, and even if they get like say they get a 6 month sentence, they'll be off for time served because every day they spend in house arrest under arrest, basically they can't move, they can't leave the country, passports been seized, all that. They'll take that into account. So the longer they're in the house arrest, doing what they want, still doing their shows, still eating, still drinking nice and all that, saying basically what they want on Rumble, say Rumble, which is another media place like YouTube, but different. They've got less restrictions. Cussing out people, still getting the message out, still making it money, still doing what they do. When they eventually go to court, if they get sentenced, they'll take whatever time they spent under house arrest in. So yeah, I'd say they want to stay in the house arrest for as long as possible. But I'm not them, and I haven't been in prison, so I wouldn't say I'd like to spend another day or another year because there's only a few things that would make me want to. I don't not care about if I go to prison, and none of them things have never happened. Uh, yeah, so I'm saying to you, is it a conspiracy or is it criminality that the Tates have been rearrested? Is it conspiracy, meaning that the UK wants to get and have a bite at them, and they want to keep them under stress, and they want to keep, them under the thumb, under control, so they can silence the Tates and keep them off, because as soon as they're found, supposing they're found innocent today, they get, I think they've got all their stuff back. I think they got all their stuff back when they got out of prison, but they're still under house arrest. About to. Yeah, so it's I think they're gonna go to something benign like tax evasion or something, because this stuff, to prove, the evidence that they're gonna have to get together to prove that they were raped, these women were raped, wouldn't stand up in court. The evidence that they could get right now, or they've probably got now, will not stand up in court. Like, if you're going to say you raped someone, you have to have a rape kit, you have to report the rape at that point, blah blah blah. And if you do report the rape, you have to then show why you didn't come forward for so long. It's like the same E.G. Carroll case. It happened a couple of decades before they brought it to trial, because but she proved why, because she was being terrorized, blah blah blah. She was under serious stress, and everyone else around. But she did at the time tell someone else, right, that this had happened, and they they were going to report it or something like that. But I don't know. But anyway, she said at the time that she was raped to a friend, and the friend recorded that or something like that. This is a new show. Like, yeah, but these ones, I don't know what evidence there is for them raping, so I don't know that. If they can prove that they were, doing. I've got all these things I keep doing for the show, and I keep forgetting to use them. Over here, oh boy, um, um, over here we talked about Diane Abbott being racially abused, and the Tory leader Rishi Sunak letting off his friend Frank Hester, who's a Tory donor, because he's getting so much money from him. And so, no, he apologised. It's all okay. You can just, let's be grown up and let it go. And I'm like, why? Why should she? Right, over there, you like these little things I put up over here. World War III. Do you think that the world is gearing up for World War III? And I'll put it to you that these people are operating just like in World War II, where they were slowly churning up the wheels of war to get to this point where, Cold War is happening, and Cuban Missile Crisis and stuff like that. We're going to go to war with the Ruskies and blah blah blah, and the Ruskies are the evil of the world, and they are the satanic. And so it's building up. All these people are going to war in different places around the world, but really it's down to two people. What's going on? You know, the commies or the commie groups over there, and the Christian diplomatic global elite that think they're running everything. And so now we're back. We're here, celebrity and community. You see, there's Andrew, who's got his mouth open there, about to chat as he chats to the media about what's happening. This could be an old photo, but it's basically what's happening. And there's Tristan behind him, looking around to see who's actually taking notes. I don't know what he's doing, but yeah, this is me. Does everyone see the gentleman? Did they just come out of a toilet? Right, so that's what we're on right now, celebrity community. And I'm trying to find out who this climate actor is. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I didn't remember that. So, Greta Thunberg, yes. He made some comment about Greta Thunberg. She should keep her mouth shut, something like that. Something. She's too young. She should be at home doing as her mother tells her to do. Blah blah. Blah. Something, some rankness like that. And this rich guy said, "I'm not having that. You can't talk to my Greta like that. It's not even her daughter, his daughter or anything. He just admires her, just likes what she's done." And so, yeah, I'm going to end you, Tate. You got none. You think you're rich, but I'm really wealthy. So what people don't understand about being rich and being wealthy is that it's two very, very separate things. There's us schmo workers, got small businesses, or we're just making enough to get by, or we're doing okay. We've got 100 grand a year. We're doing okay, right? And then there's the rich, these elite players that make $1 million a week. They're making their lunch break what you will make in a lifetime. And they think they're wealthy. No, they're not. They're rich. They've got loads of money. Maybe 200 mil. 200 mil. That's right. It's a load of money. You can safely retire that. Lottery winners win that, right? So they're rich, but they're not wealthy. The wealthy people paid you 200 million just to play a little ball. Go ahead, play your little game. While I earn 200 million a day doing what I do. And I explained it. I did the maths for you a week or so ago. I think it's 2 weeks ago, or was it last week? I did the maths of a billionaire, and a millionaire, just to show you the difference and what a trillionaire, like the first trillionaire, could be Elon Musk. He could be the first trillionaire. But there's oil-rich families on the planet right now who together, there's only three or four of them in the family that actually run the business, like 150 people in the family, all princes, blah, but they've got a family that own like three oil, and they accumulated wealth as $1 trillion. They can never spend that. They could try their hardest, they'll never spend it. They'll be able to afford every single thing on the planet twice, and they wouldn't get dented in $1 trillion. How much that cost to build? 25 billion. Made that last week. Go ahead, build it. That's why you see all these skyscrapers, and they're not getting together. How much money you got? 400 million you can lend me to go and get this building done. You got 100 million. You got 450 million. No, I'll pay for it. No, it's my tree. How much is it going to cost? 3 billion. I'll get it to you tonight. Let me write you a check. 3 billion. How much do you want? 4 billion, is it? So you got it wrong. 4 billion. All right, you'll have a check down. No, don't worry. 4 billion. Because they're wealthy. And so this guy decided he's going to take out by hook or by crook, I don't know, but an illegal method by, getting his dogs on him. And Andrew Tate just shook him off like it was a bug. And is still out there defiant that he's innocent, that is, what he does is innocent. He's trying to help people. He's a good man. Look at me, I'm Islamic, I'm clean, I pray 5 times a day. Don't look at me, blah, blah, blah. Now I'm thinking to myself, did you just cuss out Islam just then? Or people that become, reverts and join Islam? Or rejoin Islam, that's why you call it revert. But like, did you just cuss them out? Just low-key cuss them by saying a person that does porn, has tattoos, smokes cigars, is, misogynist to women, blah, blah, blah. All this stuff that the world went mental when you said it out loud and said it with your chest, is a good example of a Muslim. Did you just low-key cuss out Islam? I just need to know. So that's what we're talking about, celebrity and community. Is it criminality or is it conspiracy? I'm really trying to think, because I can't say I know the guy, but I've talked to people who know him well, and I've had a few conversations with the guy online. Not a few, a lot. Conversations with him online, and we used to argue on loads of things, so many things, because I have this group online called Walter, and we ain't listening to everyone's rubbish. Black's News as well, so it's kind of where this show emanated from. It's kind of the the machine of Walter on Facebook. And he would be, I'll be saying this about Trump and that about Trump, because to me, it's despicable. But he likes Trump. He's had dinner with the son, Don Jr. He's taken pictures with him. He likes him. He likes him a lot, and he thinks he's got great ideas, and they've got great, amazing people. And I was like, no, they're not. They're just amazing because they got money to you. You know what I mean? It's just people with money. They're not wealthy. They carry on that wealthy. But this was years ago. This was years ago. When Trump just got in, we started arguing. We just got into presidency, and people were chatting about Trump. Like, oh, the hell is this guy? How did he get into the presidency of America? And I was just cussing him out because of the stuff he used to come out with about black people. And Andrew's like, well, I'm black as well. My dad is black. So, you know what I mean? I don't think he's a racist, but I goes, just because your dad is black. Bro, when people look at you across the street, are they going to report to the police that there's a white man or black? They're going to obviously say it's a white man with a tan, right? Now, you might think you're the blackest person on the planet, but, you see what people see, what they see. And so he didn't like them things that I was saying, because he is a nice guy. You know what I mean? He chats right, he chats wrong. It doesn't matter how you feel about the guy. Okay. Not many people report that he's full of shit. You know what I mean? In private, is actually this, that, and the other. No one's coming to say, yeah, he's a definite criminal, or he's a definite idiot. But he never shows himself to be anything but nice online, when he's on his shows and stuff like that. You know what I mean? He's very abrupt with women and very abrupt with stupid folk, and he's got seriously strong opinions, but you couldn't say he was an idiot. You know what I mean? You couldn't say he's a fool. So yeah, and we used to have some arguments going on to the late nights. I've actually got some recorded of the arguments we used to have because it was good. It was good to talk with someone with a brain, with a proper brain. Um, so I could tell you even then, did I think he's a criminal? Or did I think that people are just against him because he's far too outspoken and listened to by far too many people? Uh, Even now, I've put up the question and I'm still racking on which side to come down on. I badly want to come down on one side or the other. Right now, with what I can see, without anything being proven against him, and with him being, uh, put in jail and released without charge, and the UK warrant fizzling out on Monday, he cannot be like extradited because the Romanian government won't let him. We can't find out if the British accusers have anything new or if it's strong or solid or if there's a case to be done or anything. So we can't find out. And even so, is it real? Can they prove it? Can it be Blackman? What will happen? But all we can say is now we're still talking about Tate, so therefore they win. So you go to jail. Say he gets 5 years for it. Him and his brother get 5 years, separate prisons, whatever. Okay. When he comes back out in 5 years, they'll be talking to him while he's in prison. He'll be releasing books while he's in prison. He'll be doing all kinds of business deals while he's in prison, and he'll get out in 3.5 years, and then he'll be solid in his yard again and do what he wants. So it's not like he's going to get 30 years for anything, but they're saying if he's found guilty of the trafficking, he'll get life. And I'm like, okay. Now, I saw a film about trafficking, and I was like, wow, that is crazy. Those people deserve to be burned at the stake while they're alive. They deserve all kinds of despicable endings. And I'm like, if Tate is like that, he deserves that too. But no one's coming out with that kind of thing about him. They're saying, oh yeah, he got us, he tricked us into thinking that he loved us. And he gave us loads of money. And we did nude stuff while people watched us on camera. And we got paid for that. And then yeah, I did fall in love with him and had sex with him. And then I left when I wanted to. But now I'm crying rape. I'm like, how are you going to make that stick and make him say, okay, he did rape you, he did force you to do the pictures, he did force you to stay, he did force you to not get paid, he did, I mean, he forced you to do it and he get all the money, blah, blah, blah. 10 years? 5 years? How much do you get for that? How much do you get for that? If it's trafficking like they trafficked in the film, like put into a container and send them 40 of them in a container. They'll get open for a month. All they got is a bucket. And you don't get open for a week or something like that, and they're in the container until they get picked up. Yeah, you deserve to that, but no one's reporting him like that. Should he get the same thing? Just because some rich guy, wealthy guy, says, yeah, he's as bad as those guys. Okay. So I'm going to say conspiracy for now. I'm going to say conspiracy. I'll give you one. Benefit of the doubt. I've heard a lot of stuff about you, what you've done in the past. Sounds kind of ilk. What you done in the past sounds like you're a good guy. What you done in the past sounds a bit over the top. I've heard what you've done in the past sounds like you're very humble. And now, you know, it can all be an act. All this stuff about religion could be an act. It's just some bullshit to keep you out of prison. I don't know. You know, people turn to Islam in prison, don't they? Christianity in prison. I follow the Bible now. I'm a good guy now. But yeah, you have to wonder why are they trying to shut him up? Why are they trying to do this? Why are they trying? And it does sound more conspiracy than criminality at the moment. That's what I'm going with. Conspiracy element. There you go. There you go. I'm done. I'm done. But I don't know enough about the criminal side of what he might have done to say he's a thorough criminal. And you know, I've known him only by deeds for about 10 years, 15 years, maybe something like that. And I didn't hear all this crap. I didn't hear all this rape stuff. You know, when people do these things, they've been doing it all their life. You know what I mean? But I've heard him do some stuff that if it was right, if it was correct, I'm like, nah, that's rank. That's frigging rank. Again, there's the proof of it. Anyway, we're into what sparks me off. We're going to the home stretch now, people. Okay, well, I haven't forgotten this time. I know what I'm going to do. I know what I have to do. So we talked about celebrity community. Andrew Tate, Tristan Tate have been rearrested on Monday. Is it all conspiracy or is it criminality? Again, rearrested for. And I came down 60-40 on conspiracy. Just for now. 60-40. I'm going to give it 60-40. Maybe 65-35. What sparks me off? You see, this is me angry. You see, my eyes are red because I like my t-shirt or vest or something. And it's yeah, I'm pretty angry. What sparks me off? I've done. This is show 396 of BLAPPS TARK, and we always talk about over here, over there, what celebrity community and what sparks me off. I always end with what sparks me off. I found 396 things that get on me nerves. It irritates me so much that I have to say something. I have to voice my concerns. So you change your ways. You're not getting, no, I can't let it lie. I couldn't let it lie. What sparks me off these days is when people, because I've been a professional photographer in my life. It was a career path for me. I love photography. I live for photography, basically. I've had a very long break for doing the pure professional photography I've been doing since I was 15. I've had a very long break where I said, no, I'm going to put a lot of effort into this for now. And it turned out to be 20 odd years. And so I haven't gone, like I used to have a full on business photography, library, everything, selling pictures on library. I got a National Geographic. I was like, I would go to weddings nearly every week to take pictures for photography. My chosen field was portrait photography, and I did it in certain styles, and I got qualifications in this style. I've been to a lot of places doing some high elite work, and I used to work for a model firm and do their strips for them, do their cards, their business cards for the models. And Yeah, so I know a lot about photography, and when I go to weddings, this peeve I haven't brought up for a long time. So it's really like I'm getting to stuff that hasn't pissed me off lately, but something reminded me that does piss me off. And so when I took a picture, I was taking a picture of a birthday party. There's a birthday party recently, and I was taking a picture, and someone said, "Oh, I'm not in the picture." I was like, "Whatever." I took the picture. Right, I wasn't even intending to take a picture of them. They just said, "Oh no." I'm like, okay, whatever. Took a picture, but then it reminded me today when I was thinking, what sparked me up? Oh yeah, it reminded me of when I was taking pictures at a wedding. Everyone's dressed to the nines. Everyone dressed nice. Family comes. They found a suit. They found a summer dress. They found the hairdresser to go to. They did their nails. They got the stuff done. Their eyes done. Their hair did. The works. Everyone's crisp. Everyone's crisp. Line them up. I know. All I have to worry about is their positions and that they're all smiling. There's always one that says, "Oh no, I don't want to be in a picture," and everyone says, "No, you have to be Aunt Mildred. You have to be. Come on, no, no, I don't want. Where do you want me positioned then? Come on then. What do you want? Let's get it over with." You know, there's always that. Always one, and I know after I take the picture and I've made everyone look fantastic. That when I get the album together and I bring it round to the family, and Aunt Mildred is sitting in the corner drinking her tea, she's going to say, "Where am I?" In the picture. There you go. That's you. Yeah. You look awesome. She look at, "Oh no, you didn't get me right. No, no, I don't like that. I don't like that picture. I'm not paying for that. You don't have to pay for anything. No one asked you to be in the picture. I mean, they begged you to be in the picture because you said you don't want to be in the picture, but you're part of the family." I would say that. I would be that unprofessional. I was just thinking, but yeah, those people who don't want their picture taken for a specific event, but when they go to look in the album, or even a second later, look at the picture you just took on your digital camera or on your phone, and I was like, "No, no, let's do it again. Let's do it again. I don't look good. I don't look right." What? Why are you like that? It's because you think the whole world's about you. It's your narcissist, and you think the whole world revolves around you, and people should beg you to be in their pictures, or you have to um, always make a fuss so everyone worries about you. I don't get it. I don't get it. It just knocks me, man. It makes me so vexed. So why are there people like that? Why are there people like that? It's always the same. It's always one. There's always one. And I'm like, let's get around the back then. No, get around the back. No, put your head down. Get around the back. You're in the picture. So we got you. We can see your face between these two heads. We can see your face poking out. We don't need to see you. And then they complain straight away. "Yeah, you can't be seeing me. I never want." Oh, you said you didn't want to be in the picture, right? Right? It's a certain kind of person that wants to be more important than the bride. I just have to think, wait a minute, you look at the dress you're in. It's white. It's it's very fancy. You're standing next to the bride. How's the bride supposed to pick herself out of the pictures? If you're in all the pictures because you think you're so important and you're dressing like the bride, it's too close. You have to be over there. Yeah, yeah. And it's always, it's always the family was saying, no, she's always like that. She always does this. You know what I mean? I'm like, yeah, I guess that, yeah. I'm pretty certain. I've seen this person 100 times. What, every wedding? No, no, you know. I'm just saying that I've seen this kind of person 100 times. Always the same. When you go around with the album, they're always looking for themselves. They say, my auntie said that you didn't take her picture right. Who's your auntie? She's that one. I was like, ah, yeah, thought I'd be hearing from her. It's never a man. It's wow. It's you know what? If this had 100 times, there might be one man, but no, men don't give a damn. I could say categorically, this is a woman's thing. This is a woman's thing. I'm not even going to put a one man just to give it a token. Nah, I'm going to say it's 100% woman do this. I could see the woman. I could see what the woman looks like. You know what she looks like already. You know what kind of age she is. You know what she's always a nosy woman. She's always got something to say about everyone in the party. If you sat next to eating cake, she'd be cussing out the cake, the drink, the flower arrangement, the bride, the groom, the mum, the dad, the mother-in-law, the father-in-law, cousins, the DJ, the lighting. She'd be cussing out everything. Could never be up to her standards. What do you call them people? Let me tell you who I'm vexed with this week. I'm vexed with. Am I going to say arseholes? Photographic arseholes? No, that don't sound right. Pull back on that one. Pull back. Pull back. Am I going to say Aunt Dreary's? I'm going to say the Aunt Dreary's. The Aunt Dreary's who always need to get their photo taken, but they have to make a fuss like they don't want it taken. But they always want to, you know what I mean? They'll be like, no, no, no. No, no, I couldn't possibly take a picture. Try to look as good as possible. And then hate the picture when it's done. Unless she's full on center, the picture's no good. That's it for today, people. This was Black Talk today. We talked about over here, we talked about Rishi Sunak and his government. Is it endemic racism in this government? Is it going to be just the way it is all the time? The Tories are going to be always like this. They're not going to change no matter. Will if Labour get in, will the government still be a racist government? I'd like to know because they've got a lot of anti-Semitic stuff going on in their world. We've talked about it on the show. So yeah, is it just the amount you get into an elite position? Your basic modus operandi should be okay. We need to be racist. Who are we going to be racist to? Them over there, fine, that's cool. No, I don't give a damn. We can just be racist to them. We don't like that. Over there, we talked about is the world gearing up for World War III, and I'm saying they're gearing up to do something very. They're flexing. Everyone's flexing hard right now, but no one is going to go to World War III levels, which will involve nuclears. No one's going to do that. No one is that stupid. Wait a minute. I don't think one person is stupid. Anywho, less said about him, the better. We'll all feel healthier by the end of the night. Celebrity and community world, we talked about Tate Bones getting rearrested. Was it celebrity? Was it criminality? Was it conspiracy? I voted down on conspiracy for now because I want to make myself look totally foolish. Is it a trick they're covering up, or there's just not enough evidence to put him slam 100% on criminality? So they get 51.49%. Just to keep myself something safe on the fence. I'll give it 64. Would I give it 65? Right there. All right, fine. Let's go. Benefit of the doubt so far. That is conspiracy and it's trying to hold them down. Anyway, what sparks me off, we talked about Aunt Dreary, that person who always has to be the center of attention in everything that they're doing, even though they outwardly show hatred for being the center of attention. It's a crazy thing to do, but these people feel they're too important for any opportunity to look at them to pass by. They're the loudest, they're the most vexed, they're the most opinionated, and nothing is good enough except their dress and what they do and their picture. If you got it right. All right, so that's it for today, people. You have been blessed. Joel on through. And I love you. There's nothing you can do about it. Blaps philosophy. It's gonna be a lovely day, lovely day, lovely day.